What's going on, guys? Uche Njoku, Sneaker Principal, and right now I am live streaming, and I'm not sure if I'm live streaming to everywhere I want to live stream to, but it's okay. Hopefully I'm on LinkedIn, hopefully I'm on YouTube, and hopefully I'm not on Facebook, but on Instagram. So either way, right now I want to take a few moments to share with you something people have been asking me about all the time. What is your favorite AI platform? What do you use? So what I'm going to do right now in this live stream, and hopefully you appreciate the fact that I'm doing this vertically for YouTube. So for YouTube, I'm sorry, not for YouTube, for your phone, so that you can actually see the full screen here. And it also allows me to screen share so you can see it perfectly on your phone or your iPad or even your desktop, whatever you're choosing to watch. But this is why I'm doing this vertically. Yeah, horizon vertically. Listen, I had IEP as a kid, for real. So I have to I'm a visual learner and I have to see it in my head for it to make sense. But let's get to it. So right now, what I'm going to show you right now is I am going to share with you my laptop, and I'm going to switch over to cameras. All right. So what I'm showing you right now below me is ChatGPT. There are three platforms that I am relatively familiar with the third of those three, one that I'm working on. And I'll be honest with you, I'm still relatively new to it, but it does some pretty incredible things. First off, I'm going to tell you, is ChatGPT. In 2021, it was my first, I bet 2021 was the first time me even hearing anything about ChatGPT. And I was completely blown away. And since then, there is not a single day that doesn't go by where I'm not utilizing ChatGPT, whether it's going through my emails, whether it's creating reports, whether it's looking at data. The other day I was sharing with a colleague how I use ChatGPT as a school principal to create models of what programming could look like for next year with all the state and city mandates. And I put it in ChatGPT and said, give me a model for what this could look like, so I can give that model to my programmer so as they're building out the program for the year. So, I'll show you an example of that. I have right here my iPad, which is kind of cool, but right now what you see below you is from my iPad. So let me see here, if I can find it. Where is it? Is it that one? That's not it. I was looking at this yesterday. Let me see. What I should have done is actually make sure to presentations, info. So I'm going to do a quick search. Please forgive me. Schedule 801. No, 801. But I actually make to build out a model for me. So right now, ChatGPT is searching, and there it goes, right there. Yeah. So right here, and again, I'm not sure if you're able to zoom into this on your phone or your iPad, but you can go back later on and look at this on your desktop. I'm sure it should be relatively clear. But on here, it looks kind of crazy. But what you're seeing here, just for the sake of argument, is where, I'm going to go to the top, where I started off taking a picture. What you're seeing right here is a picture of a model on my smart board. I'm thinking to myself, how am I going to classify my schedule with the ELA mandate for the year? And this was just me, just spitting onto the screen. So I was like, okay, I need this to be organized. So I took a picture of this chicken scratch, literally chicken scratch. Took a picture of this, and what I did now is I typed in a prompt. And this is my prompt. I'm going to try to read it to you. I spoke into the phone, so I might read this and it might sound crazy. So it is so crazy. How you see it? So what I was trying to say is this, and this is the prompt I give to ChatGPT. This is my map of student courses, number of periods, trying to create a basic schedule. I know it says Bible, but I think I was trying to say basic schedule that meets the expectations of having periods of ELA/humanities, albeit, and I also said, humanities, ELA social studies for 6th, 7th graders. However, I needed the eighth graders to have a period of ELA for 5 periods and whatever. So I gave instructions. I spoke to the phone, so it just kind of like took what I was saying, and I don't always speak clearly, but this is what I asked it to do as I spoke to the phone. But what's crazy is what it did is it says here, thanks for sharing the photo and your vision. Based on your course map and annotations, here's a clean summary interpretation of what you're building towards, plus some suggestions to guide your master schedule development. Crazy. So picture of chicken scratch, me talking into the phone and not even editing what I said, and it gave me a, here, this is a course, it says a course schedule structure by grade, 6th, 7th, 8th, the number of periods for ELA and social studies, then the number of periods for math, science, PE, electives, and so on and so forth. And it was even able to recognize I had written teacher names on there and attached it. So what I went on, so what it did, it kind of like broke down to me what it believed I was trying to say. But then I said, create a simple 8th grade schedule with eighth period, with eighth period, with 1 period. I don't know what I was even trying to say. Dedicated to lunch. So I think I was trying to say is 8 periods with 1 period dedicated to lunch and five using available and five. I'm sorry. Lunch should be period 5, using available data to provide for 8th grade. So I was telling it to take what I initially shared, now just create a possible schedule for just 8th grade and what that could look like. And it did that for me, And this is the crazy thing about it. The fact that I'm talking to it and what seems to be transcribed from what I'm saying that doesn't make sense, it makes sense out of it, which is crazy, But they usually say with any kind of software or coding, junk in, junk out. But it's giving me actionable information that I can go back and say, no, change that or change this. So it gave me a basic structure for a schedule, what that could look like, and then give me some notes. It asked me like, would you like for me to create what this could look like for the week? And I said, yes, create a table with Monday through Friday grid schedule. And it did that for me, okay? And the thing is, this is all happening live moment by moment. And I was able to go all the way through that and give different iterations and ask for different things, shift some things around. And I'm just scrolling all the way to the bottom here, where yesterday, when I pulled it up, no, the day before yesterday when I pulled it up, I said, give me a model for what 3 sessions could look like, 801, 802, 803, just for 8th grade, because I'm going to give this as a model to my programmer and say, I need you to build around these number of periods of these needs for the students. Incredible, right? And so, and I'll tell you this, I do this and I've done this for different things, even down to my video concepts. When I create video content, this conversation here and each of these lines are called conversations. When I want descriptions written, I take videos and transcribe them. These are transcripts of my videos, and I say, build out for me a description of this video based on what I talked about in that video. Cutting back time and being able to just create so much quicker and so much clearer. But sometimes I might say, you know what? I have an idea for something. Please, give me a draft of what this could look like. So ChatGPT has been a core of what I do on a daily basis for a long time now. But now, this monster right here, Perplexity, I gotta tell you, so ChatGPT can do what Perplexity does. You have to kind of select it. Deep research. When you ask it for something, it will scour the internet and pull out the most factual information it can pull out to respond to what you're asking for. And you can see it actually running in that. You can see it actually going through websites and looking for certain things and saying, okay, this is connected to what you're asking for. This is what's connected. And it will aggregate all of that and give you information back. Let me see. So I've used it in many ways here for just testing it out because I'm still relatively new to it, asking it questions, taking websites and saying, give me some information about this. What is, and the new thing now is agents asking it. So I'll tell you this, the thing that's incredible right now with, let me get back to the main page, is the fact that Perplexity can serve as your primary web browser through a platform called Comet. So it's available for, if you pay for the max version, which is $200 a month, which is crazy, but I still see the value in it. I pay for the $20 version, and ChatGPT too. I pay for the $20 version, but I was able to get early invite for the web browser for Perplexity. When I say it's insane, I did a previous video. I said with AI, we need to become experts at directing AI and not just doing AI. And what that means here is rather than just asking it a question or doing a word search, saying to it, I need this information for this purpose, so it should look this way. And what it gives you is incredible. So I'm trying to think about something I could do right now that would be mind-blowing. Let me try something. And what I like to do is I love to speak. And sometimes you can see, sometimes what I'm saying is not clear, but I'll give you a quick example. Let me see right now. Let me try this. So instead of typing, I'm actually gonna tap onto the mic and see if I can just do allow. Can you please provide me with a draft for a simple course teaching teachers how to integrate Perplexity and the Comet web browser into their lesson planning? So what you're seeing right now is this. It's drafting simple course for teachers. And this incredible thing, this course equips teachers with practical skills to enhance lesson planning and instruction by integrating Perplexity AI, an advanced AI research tool, and the Comet web browser, a privacy-first AI integrated browser. This session is highly interactive with hands-on activities and real classroom application examples. Course objectives: understand the basic features and educational uses for Perplexity AI. Learn how to use Comet web browser to streamline educational research and planning. Develop practical strategies for incorporating these tools into daily life. This is insane. Like, for me to be able to find someone, if I'm not familiar with AI at all, to teach me this, I would have probably find a course somewhere, pay for it, then go sit there and listen. I hope I understand what's going on. But here, it outlined the course session, and the funny thing about it, this is just a draft of what the session looks like. So what happens if I say, please build out this whole entire course? Build out. Hold up. What I was saying was completely typed up wrong, so let me try it again. Please build out this entire course. For some reason, it's not catching my voice completely. Please build out this entire course to be offered during a 2-hour session. So I'm asking for you to build out a very simple 2-hour course. So now, look at this. This is an expanded 2-hour training session integrating Perplexity AI, Comet web browser into lesson planning. It gave me the lesson, okay? And then I can even say, let me see, how can I make this even more interactive? Benefits, so I'm going to ask it to also build out a detailed script and presentation slides for any instructor to utilize. Okay? So I'm going to ask it to give me a script and slides. This is what happens here. Look at this. It tells you off the bat, this script provides cues, talking points, and prompts for each segment. Text in bold is spoken by the instructor. Italics indicates demonstration activity notes. Look at this. Okay, 12 slides, 13 slides. It's still writing all the way to the end of warm up to the wrap up, and then it's even giving me it's also even giving me a table with each slide is title and the key content. Okay, so think, and I'll tell you this: I could take this now, throw it into Beautiful AI, and Beautiful AI would now create for me amazing slides I can use immediately or I can modify. How dope is this? How dope is this? Because again, these things are things that these tools are tools that are right here. There's a free version of these tools, or like in my case, I'm making a $40 investment for $20 for ChatGPT and $20 for Perplexity, so I can utilize these tools in what I do on a daily basis. And this is incredible. So now I'm going to show you something even more insane. So I'm going to copy this clipboard. So this latest breakdown, because I want to show you something I'm still playing with, but I haven't really fully integrated into what I do. So this is the thing right now, Claude. Everyone is telling me Claude is the best human language creator, if that makes any sense. So let me try this. Let me try doing this. So I'm going to say, please, first of all, you should always prompt your AI appropriately. So I'm going to prompt it appropriately. You are a world-renowned why am I spelling it this way? My dyslexia is kicking in. You're a world record. This is what I do. When there's a word all of a sudden my brain cannot spell, I just find the next word that fits it. Well recognized education trainer for K through 12 and create training tools and write books for teachers. Do you understand? So you have to prime it. So the thing with AI is this: is always a good thing to prime it, which means letting it know what its purpose is in your what you're asking it to do. So then it doesn't start to make assumptions. And so sometimes people talk about the biases. A lot of times those biases are grounded in not having enough information. So just scour and find things that you want. So that's why you have to direct it. Let it know what you want it to do. So I'm going to go ahead and say this. Okay, so I said you are a world-recognized education trainer for K through 12 and create training tools and write books for teachers. Do you understand? It says, yes, I understand. You'd like me to take on the role of a world-recognized education trainer specializing in K through 12, someone who creates training tools and writes books for teachers. I can help you develop educational materials, training programs, educational strategies, or whatever specific project you have in mind for K through 12 educators. Would you like to work on? What would you like to work on? Are you looking to create a particular training tool, develop curriculum materials, write a content for a book, or or something else for K through 12? So I want to say this: turn the following into an outline for a book. So what I'm doing is now, I remember I copy and pasted the materials from Perplexity, that outline for that training, right? I'm going to say this. I'm going to go ahead and command paste. I just copy and pasted all the materials for that, and now I'm going to say create for me, is going to create for me an outline for a book based on, and here, look at this, look at this. Okay, digital lesson planner, a teacher's guide for AI-powered curriculum development. Table of contents, part one, foundations, the evolution of lesson planning. Chapter 2, introduction to AI-assisted teaching. Chapter 3, the two tool framework. Why Perplexity and look at this. Why Perplexity AI in Comet browser. Then part two of the book, mastering Perplexity for AI educators. Part 3, organizing with Comet browser. Like, this is insane. Appendices, and again, special features throughout the book. Try the snail boxes, teacher spotlights, caution alerts, time-saving tips, students connection ideas, QR codes. So Claude is one I've not really jumped into, and I'm just like, ooh, it's a rabbit hole. I told a friend of mine, this is a rabbit hole, and I don't know if I have enough time in the day to not be sleeping and just be exploring these spaces. But these are the tools that we have right at our fingertips. ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, but there's also Gemini, and there's also what's the one for Grok for X, or formerly known as Twitter. There are all these tools, and there's so many more out there. So many other applications that are using these tools as agents in the background to create amazing tools that really support us. Another one, I've been talking a lot about this, is Observe AI. And Observe AI is another one where, again, allows you to, let me see if I can, Observe AI, that allows teachers to be able to, administrators to be able to utilize it. Don't worry about that. Sometimes you gotta look yourself up. So this is the one I was telling you about. This is Observe AI. I've talked about this several times before. I tell anybody that will listen about it. This allows you to be able to do observations as an administrator, as a coach, as a teacher leader who's trying to support teachers, and be able to take low influence notes. And then, like in my instance, where I work in New York City, we use Danielson, we use the Danielson frameworks, we use 8 components, and it will take my low influence notes that I've gotten really good at making them very detailed. I pay attention to what's happening in the classroom. It will take it and say, based on what you said, here is a report aligned to those 8 components of Danielson. Everything from planning to classroom management, engagement, assessments, all those things, it gives you a report. So now you can read that report and say, okay, yeah, these are aligned on this. I don't want this here. I don't want that there. The most powerful thing about a tool like this, it allows you to be able to give teachers feedback as soon as the same day. I've done it within the same hour, which sometimes used to take me days and weeks to finally get to a teacher. I'm like, I'm so sorry this is late. It's still within the window, but as I'm giving them that report, I already know it doesn't matter anymore, because the feedback that they needed to make those shifts, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, in some cases 3 weeks ago, that window is closed. So now it's more about the rating than it is about the content of feedback that you wanted to give them to improve their um their their pedagogy and their practice in the classroom. So again, I just want to share that with you. There are many tools in there, but again, ChatGPT, that is where I live. I won't lie to you, but I'll tell you right now, Perplexity is slowly becoming my jam because I'm just like, oof. And I use them very different for two different things. And then Claude is one that I'm just like asking myself, what does it look like to have kids like in Claude be able to draft out podcasts or books and be able to speak stories in there and have AI help them create amazing things. And it's funny because I'm gonna try something. Let me see if this will work. Create a cover image for this book. I've not done this yet, so let me see if this will work. Let's see. I'm asking it to, based on the book content and what it say it is, to create an image. Oh, look at this. It's taking a code for, it says digital lesson plan, yeah, the digital lesson planner book cover. So it's doing something, it's thinking, and I think it's designing. Let's see what happens. But again, imagine a tool like this putting in the hands of kids. And we're not talking about cheating. We're not talking about, oh my God, this and that. He's making things, he's too easy. No, because I heard the same thing with the calculator when I was in high school. And I remember there was this debate. Should they give us calculators? Now it's mandated. Okay. Ooh, let's see what we got here. Let me see. What about me? Oh, look at that. So it created a book cover. Very basic, but this is the book cover it created. Check this out. Let me see if this works. Add image of students and a teacher. And a teacher. So add image of students and a teacher. Let's see what it does there. So that was nice. Nice soft purple color, whatever that is. But now I'm like, let's see if we can make this a little bit better. Okay. Now imagine this back in the day, you had to actually pay a book cover designer or you had to be skilled yourself. Now you could do this. Okay. So you remember they said junk in, junk out? So it gave me this, a teacher and students, you know? And again, if you think about it, like again, it did what I said. You know, I didn't say like real people, whatever. But again, this will do what you tell it to do. And the possibilities are endless. It's just as vast as you could think about it. All right, I'm gonna stop talking. This is already going about almost 30 minutes. That was not my intention, but as you can tell, I'm passionate about this. And I probably could go for another half an hour just showing you things. But actually, before I go, let me just see something here. We're going back to Perplexity. We're gonna go back to, where is it? To that draft that we created. So this is the stuff we did here for that book. I'm gonna ask Perplexity to create a book cover. Create an engaging book cover with a teacher engaging students with AI. All right. After it creates this image, let's see what it creates. Then I'm off. I don't want to get any more time, but I'm just curious. See, now this platform is very different. The other one did like that little weird coding thing on Claude. Now it's doing this matrix looking, connect the dots. But it says here, designing a captivating book cover featuring a teacher activity engaging students with AI concepts. So it says generating teacher engaging students with AI in classroom, vibrant and inspiring. I didn't say to make it vibrant and inspiring, but I said engaging, right? So it says, okay, maybe better words might be vibrant and inspiring. So let's see what it does. It's thinking. But again, as it's doing that, I'm going to tell you guys this. You have to engage in the medium. Teachers, principals, superintendents, stop being scared. Engage in it on a daily basis. But the more you use it, trust me, the things that will come to your mind that you're like, oh my God, how do I use this for this? Oh my God, wait a minute. Let me try this and see what it does. The possibilities are endless. Stop being scared. We had the calculator. Now calculators are mandated. We had internet. Oh, I remember when I first came into DOE, the internet was something that was blocked when I came into education. Now it's wide open. Look at that. How cool is that? Okay. So this can be the beginnings of a book cover. AI, kids raising their hands. Again, this is based on the curriculum not curriculum, but the training that I told it to draft for me. Then I said, what if that training we turn into a book cover? Pretty cool. I could probably say, hey, change this, add this, blah, 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 blah. It's going to do it for me. Once upon a time, you had to pay somebody to do this. Think about this. Once upon a time, you had to be an expert. Once upon a time, you had to have a consultant. Now, you don't. All right, y'all. Uche Njoku, sneaker principal, author of AI Enhanced Leadership, but an AI evangelist. Because I really believe in this, and I am so fascinated about the future that our children will have in this space. Yes, there are things that we have to look out for, things that we have to make sure we're on top of. But one thing I want to say in closing is we can complain about AI and we can say that we have to be careful with it. But the one thing I want to tell you is this. If we're not using it, or if we're not part of the conversation, we're locked out. So those who are using it, those who are engaging in it, will dictate to everybody else what AI looks like and what it does and how it should be. So that's why we need more Black people, more brown people, more people of color in this space, so that it has a rich, diverse audience to learn from and to engage with. So that's my talk for today. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Be well. Peace.